Hello, hello, it's Saggy Joe. Uh, I just realized that I watched this a while back, but I don't remember fully what happened. So we're gonna both learn together what happened. And as soon as it gets started, it's they basically pranked that city bus, which I'm pretty sure is not allowed these days. That's all. I don't even think this is in Montreal. I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't look like Montreal. Okay, never mind. Okay, that last guy, that last guy, the last guy was the best. Yo, I don't even know how you can get away with this. I don't know if they can do this. They have to find this much. Maybe it's slower. They had to park in order to like stop the bus and get the passengers going. I just love how confused they're. All the nurses are. Yeah. Yo, this guy just doesn't even know what's going on. That's an interesting uniform from back in the day. Eh? Did you notice that all of them are just wearing like white shirts? Because usually there's uniform nowadays. Like the TTC has uniform, and when I rode the bus in Montreal, I feel like they had uniform too, but I really can't remember. It's definitely not this anymore, though. I think they might have a standardized uniform. So maybe back in the day, man, this shirt is really white. This I don't know if it's the lighting, but this is a nice clean shirt. Whoever washed his shirts did a really good That's what he did, eh? this guy, this yo, this guy's trying not to be so obviously bad, but you can really see with the jaw here and here. Yo, this guy might go full Green Goblin. Yo, this is a strong jaw. Huh? Yeah, this is pretty good. This is interesting features. This guy should not be a bus driver. He could be like the wild old. Well, if I had to like cast him, probably like he would fit more of a villain role, kind of like one of those super smart villain roles. But he does have some of the features that could do very well in any kind of role. Otherwise, he's a bus driver. That shoe, that shoe, that look. Okay, this guy's just in pure disbelief. He's just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He does that. He does the hack. And then this guy's clearly upset. Like, doing my job. I love how everyone just accepts it. I don't know. This affects like. Well, obviously, this is gonna affect you as a bus driver. Like, if you get a ticket while driving a bus, you probably would get disciplined. Might have to like they're all older, so I don't know. If this is more popular route, but from what I know from bus drivers, it's like anywhere the workplace. You get like when you're young, you get shafted into all like the really shitty shifts, like the graveyard shifts. Maybe like the less popular ones where you're not really, it's not really busy, so it can get a little bit boring. Or maybe they'll like feel like they have to haze you, so you have to go to like one of the more difficult ones. I have a family friend. He was learning how to be a bus driver, and he said that there's a particular route that all the young people have to take, and they have to do it for like a little bit, just so that they can really get used to like conflict resolution. And it's just like it's kind of a dangerous route. It goes through like I've been there a few times. It's not as dangerous. I think it's more dangerous for like the residents, but if you're just like kind of walking around, I feel like you'd be okay, relatively speaking. Relatively speaking. That guy. he's like, yeah. I think he's trying to explain that how can I get this ticket when I have to stop it? And then this guy, smart, just goes up. Okay, this guy had the best reaction. I don't know. Out of all the bus drivers, I might look like the Green Goblin guy. The Green Goblin guy. I think that I would react the way that he did. I don't know if I would necessarily fight the officer because you're supposed to comply, right? Like, I mean, you're on a bus, so it's not like you're in a car. Everyone in the bus will probably agree with you. And then it's yeah, like I said, it's not like in a car. And this is back in the day because I feel like if you're a driver, you have analytics like how often are you off schedule, how often are you late, what happened. I don't know if you can necessarily get away with prank like this these days, because back then it was a little bit more chill. Like your job is not tied to numbers all the time. And it's not necessarily a bad thing per se, but then these kinds of things like these occasional things don't occur that often. But this guy probably had the best reaction. I guess like if you were a bus driver, well, I mean, keep in mind they're all like of the lighter skin tone variety. But I have I have an inkling that it's probably not a very good idea for the cop to do anything. Plus, this is in Canada where we're not as trigger happy as it is in the states. Man, if they're not having a war with some other people, like the states is not having a war with some other random third world country, they're having a war with their own citizens. So I don't know. I feel like the violence there is a little it's a little crazy for what America's supposed to represent. But I don't want to. Yeah, it's really funny. It's really funny. It's really funny how he goes there. Yeah, I don't think that if you didn't comply, it would have been too big of a deal. I'd like to think that no one would have gotten harmed, and if they did, cause like when you have to keep in mind when this is a prank, like if us as a viewer, obviously we know it's a joke, but like in the moment, these people don't know that. So it's like how my mom recently was actually someone pointed like a firearm at her, and she was in a car, and you know my mom being who she is just said no and just drove off. I was like like for all intents and purposes that weapon must have been fake. But the reality is the reality is even toy or not, in that moment it's real, it's very real, either way. So I feel like these drivers, even if we as a viewer know it's fake, obviously to them they think it's real. They think it's very real. Oh shit, I'm gonna get a ticket. This is probably gonna affect my performance. It might affect like the possible raise. So I mean, because like you're driving a bunch of people around, like you're responsible for all their lives. So a ticket is one of the last things that you'd want. But the guy's a Chad for just driving away. He's just like, nope, I'm out. I'm out. And I think everyone else has like I think most would respond to how everyone did. That last driver probably would have been the only one. Like there are very few people who would react the way that the last driver would have. And I think people would like to think that they'd be the last driver, but honestly, you'd be more of like the every other driver. Honestly, you'd be probably more of the a silent one where you're just so bewildered. You're just like, what in tarnation is going on around here? And then you kind of just accept it. It's like whatever. Just let the bureaucratic process do its thing. I wonder how did they stop these drivers? Like how did they reveal that this was a prank? Like that's what I'm wondering. Anyways, that's too much detail for like literally a minute clip. So I think that's everything. Thank you very much for watching. Later days.